Imagine driving down College Avenue and picking up your phone to answer a text message from a friend. Next thing you know, you're being pulled over by a State College police officer. Well, according to a 2011 Reuters article by Mark Shade, be ready to cough up $50. This might not seem like a lot at first, but if you're like me, who's a broke college student, you're already on a tight budget. Luckily, though, you're not in Utah, where according to InsuranceQuotes.com, the fine for texting while driving could be up to $750, which could increase to $10,000 and 15 years in jail if you were to crash as a result of texting while driving. Many states are beginning to follow suit and crack down on texting while driving. But why is texting while driving such a big deal if everyone does it, you might ask? Well, according to Edgar Snyder and Associates, approximately 6,000 people die a year and an additional 500,000 are injured as a result of crashes stemming from texting while driving. Recent research by Cellular News also reports that texting while driving impairs drivers more so than drinking alcohol or smoking marijuana. Despite these statistics, a survey conducted for Oprah's No Texting While Driving campaign found that 71% of respondents ages 18 to 49 admitted to texting while driving. Texting while driving significantly impairs drivers and poses a major and dangerous problem to the United States. I know people who have been the victims or the causes of accidents from texting while driving. Luckily, they lived, and I've heard their stories. This experience, as well as the research I have done on texting while driving, make me well educated on this dangerous and growing problem in the United States. Today I will discuss how texting while driving impairs general attention, cognition, and reaction time behind the wheel. I will also tell you about the risks of texting while driving and its prevalence, especially in our age group. Finally, I'll tell you about the current legislation that is being passed to curtail this problem. Texting while driving qualifies as distracted driving, which is a serious issue in the United States. Distracted driving, as defined by the Distracted Driving Dictionary, is a wide range of activities that draw away a driver's attention from the road. Texting while driving falls in this definition, impairing attention, focus, and reaction time. According to Phil LeBeau with What's Driving the Auto Industry, it takes an unimpaired person 0.54 seconds to brake. This is a very short distance. If the person is legally intoxicated, it will take them an additional 4 feet to brake. However, if they're sending a text message, it will take the person an additional 70 feet to brake. Also, CBS News found that it takes the average person 4.6 to send or receive a text. To take a person's eyes off the road for 4.6 seconds means that they would cover the length of a football field if they were traveling 55 miles per hour. Visual, manual, and cognitive are the 3 types of distracted driving as defined by the U.S. Department of Transportation. This means taking their eyes off the road, mind off the road, and hands off the road. To send or receive a text, it requires to do all 3. As a result of this impaired driving, people who text while driving not only put themselves at risk, but others on the road around them. Texting while driving affects society, the individual responsible, and others around them. Texting while driving affects everyone at a large scale, including the people not involved. According to the Safe Texting campaign, texting while driving accounts for 25% of all police-reported crashes and $230 billion of damage a year. This is money that can be spent on other things, but is essentially wasted due to ignorance. Texting while driving also comes with personal fines, as stated earlier, which can range from $50 to $750 to even $10,000. But personal fines are not only the monetary implications of texting while driving. If one were to crash while texting while driving, their insurance rates would skyrocket. Unfortunately, teens in our age group have the worst reputation for texting while driving. Many people label teens as inexperienced, risky, and irresponsible drivers. CBS News has labeled us as the biggest risk on the road. Their assumption is based on a report by Nielsen, which states, the average U.S. mobile teen now sends or receives an average of 2,899 text messages per month, and apparently some of those texts are being sent and received behind the wheel. Also, 21% of fatal crashes a year involving teens between 16 and 19 years old were a result of cell phone use. According to Edgar Snyder and Associates, this number is expected to grow 4% every year. They also reported that 50% of young adults 18 to 24 admitted that they text while they drive. I believe this statistic to be true. I have many friends here at school and at home that text while they drive. My friend Kurt flipped his Ford Explorer 3 times on the major highway. Luckily, he was not injured. As a result of the crash, he was answering a text from another one of our friends asking him what he was doing that night. Finally, lawmakers around the country are beginning to recognize the seriousness of this issue. However, more needs to be done. There's legislation that has been passed to try and curtail texting while driving, but recent studies and statistics suggest that these laws are futile in their efforts. 35 states have placed an absolute ban on texting while driving, and 7 have placed an impartial. There are still 8 states that have to place any ban whatsoever. However, these texting while driving laws are spotty in many states. States such as Nebraska classify texting while driving as a secondary offense. This means that the driver must be pulled over for something else to be charged with texting while driving. And because talking on the phone is legal in Nebraska, it becomes a matter of guilty admission or subpoenaing phone records to prove texting while driving. This can be hard to prove and also costly. In a poll conducted by New York Times, 97% of respondents believe that texting while driving should be illegal. 50% of the same group believe that the penalties for texting while driving should be just as harsh as for drinking and driving. After listening to the points I presented to you today, I hope that you recognize how important of a problem texting while driving is in the United States. It significantly impairs the driver's focus, attention, and reaction time behind the wheel. This in turn causes many risks to the driver itself and society. Legislation is being passed but is proven to be inefficient and hard to enforce. The prediction that this dilemma is only expected to grow more prevalent in the future reinforces my statement that texting when driving is a serious issue that must be attended to. So the next time you're driving and the phone rings and you want to text your parents to see what's for dinner or your friends what they're doing that night, ask yourself if it's worth the hundreds of dollars that you may cost yourself, or even more importantly, your life.